Have you received HR's mail on flexi payroll declaration? Have you filled it?
No man, I haven't filled it. Hey, have you filed it?
No, I don't need it
Why?
because I'm not as lucky as you.
What do you mean by that?
See, my salary is not high enough for flexi payroll, so I don't need to file it.
Okay.
But what is this flexi pay all about and what is it used for?
See, many companies allow their employees to make changes in CTC, that is the cost to company, at the beginning of the financial year. CTC is not the actual salary and is rather made up of many things like basic pay, HRA, special allowance, variable pay, employer EPF contribution. Special allowance usually includes things like fuel and travel reimbursement, LTA, phone bill reimbursement. These things are available to the employees as reimbursement and saves tax. Tax is calculated after deducting these expenses from income, due to which the taxable income and the tax on it is reduced. Now let's talk about and see where taxes can be saved.
Now coming to house rent allowance, HRA, if you live on rent, then you can offset your rent with the HRA that you receive. The condition for claiming HRA is that it should be part of your package and you should be paying the rent. Exemption calculation depends on three things. Number 1, actual amount received as HRA. Number 2, 50% of basic salary plus DNS allowance in Metro City and 40% of basic plus DNS allowance in case of non-Metro City. And number 3, rent paid in excess of 10% of the salary. Whichever is the lowest will qualify for exemption. Now, what is leave travel allowance? The company gives a leave travel allowance LTA for you and your family to travel. The amount spent for flight, train or bus tickets for travel is exempted. Other expenses incurred during travel are not covered under this. LTA can be claimed twice in a block of 4 years. LTA benefit will not be available on foreign travel. The maximum amount of LTA will be expenses incurred on actual travel or received from employer, whichever is lower. For example, Mr. A gets 50,000 rupees as LTA from the company and your expenditure is 30,000 rupees. Then the exemption will be available on the 30,000 rupees. Moving on to internet and phone bill. The culture of work from home has increased during COVID, due to which the use and expenditure of phone and internet has increased. Income tax laws allows to keep that amount free from income tax on depositing internet and phone bills. The amount of bills that have been paid or the amount given in the salary under this section, whichever amount is less, will not be taxed. Up next is food coupons. You must be spending on tea, water and food. The company can give you food allowance during work or through prepaid food vouchers or coupons. Under this, 50 rupees is tax-free for one-time meal. In this way, using such coupons, a salary of 2,200 rupees per month, that is 26,400 rupees per year, can be made tax-free. Then comes your fuel and travel reimbursement. If you travel by taxi or cab for office work, then reimbursing it is tax-free. If you're using your own car, then the expenses can be set off against the payment received for transport allowance.
जो एम्प्लॉय है वो जो भी खर्चे करता है उसकी ऑफिस के पर्पज से उस कार को इस्तेमाल करता है तो उन सब खर्चों की वो रियम्बर्समेंट ऑफिस से ले सकता है। और अगर उसने कार को अपने पर्सनल पर्पज के लिए खर्च किया है तो उसके खर्चे की उसको रियम्बर्समेंट नहीं मिलती। और इसके अंदर फिर थोड़ा सा कार के लिए इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट ने एक बाइफर्गेशन दिया हुआ है कि कार अगर आपकी 1600 सीसी तक है तब उस केस में आपको 1800 रुपए प्रति महीना आपको कार का खर्चा मिलता है और 900 रुपए महीना आपको ड्राइवर के लिए मिलते हैं। और अगर आपकी जो सीसी है वो 1600 से ज्यादा है तब आपको 2400 रुपए महीने का आपको खर्चा मिलता है और 900 रुपए महीना आपको आपके ड्राइवर के लिए मिलते हैं। सपोज आपकी कंपनी आपको 5,000 रुपए देती है कि 5,000 रुपए महीना ड्राइवर के लिए दिया, लेकिन आपको जो अलाउएबल एक्सपेंडिचर है, अलाउएबल जो टैक्स फ्री है वो अप टू 900 रुपीज ही है। 4100 रुपए आपकी इनकम में जुड़ जाएंगे।
And lastly comes your newspapers and magazines. Elders advise us to read newspapers from childhood. But do you know that newspapers can also save tax? Payments made to buy books, newspapers and periodicals are also tax-free provided the original bill should have been attested. The amount of the bill or the amount prescribed under this section of the salary, whichever is less, will be out of the purview of tax.
Now, did you understand why it is necessary to reply to the HR's mail? Apart from this, there are other allowances on which tax exemption can be given. If the company gives you allowance, then you can see the salary slip for this, or you can ask the HR. And what should be kept in mind for tax exemption? Let's get to know from our tax experts.
कोई भी अलाउंस या डिडक्शन हम क्लेम करते हैं तो उसके लिए हमारे पास ओरिजिनल रिसिप्ट होनी चाहिए। सपोज हम LIC पे करते हैं तो जो LIC की रिसिप्ट है वो हमारे पास होनी चाहिए। मैंने PPF में पैसा जमा किया है तो PPF की पासबुक मेरे पास होनी चाहिए। मैंने अगर कोई इंटरेस्ट पे किया है, जैसे हम लोग हाउसिंग लोन में सेक्शन 80C के तहत लेते हैं, हाउसिंग लोन का इंटरेस्ट पे किया है तो उसकी पासबुक मेरे पास होनी चाहिए। नेशनल पेंशन स्कीम है, उसकी पासबुक मेरे पास होनी चाहिए। मेरा पेमेंट का रिसोर्स होना चाहिए, तो ताकि मैं कल को जस्टिफाई कर सकूं कि ये पेमेंट मेरी है, मैंने अपने अकाउंट से ही पे की है और मैं इसकी डिडक्शन क्लेम करने के लिए एलिजिबल हूं।